Hi everybody, I wanted to give you a demonstration on perhaps the best secret little Flightsim controller piece of hardware I've ever had, the Xbox 360 Elite. I picked up one of these online for $120 or so. I think the price is pretty much the same for either one of those units. It is the exact unit that most of the kids use today on Xbox gaming machines, but it works perfectly fine for a Windows laptop or computer. It's very small, lightweight, and easily goes in my travel bag. So I use it in remote places as well as home. It is absolutely the best complete portable autopilot, and I've told people about this, and it feels like I'm sometimes the only one who's ever heard of it or use it as such. It's not a flying device, and I wouldn't use it for flying, although you certainly could, but I've programmed all the buttons to be strictly just autopilot and view commands. So let's get into it. In Flightsim 2020 right here is the demo I'm using today. Control options. Controller shows the Xbox 360. The autopilot functions I've gone ahead and done are the following. This button here is your autopilot master switch on and off. And the button to the right of it, I have flight director sync pitch. So right over here, that'll sync your pitch to your current aircraft attitude. And it also sometimes engages or disengages the autopilot flight director as well. Then down below, this is the meat of the autopilot right here, these four flat buttons. I have select heading bug right there. That'll select your heading bug and also, or sync heading hold. Either one or the other or both together sometimes. It just seems to work that way perfectly. Then the one to the right of it is increase heading bug. So when you press this button, your heading bug's going to move clockwise. To the left, decrease heading bug. That's going to remove and bring your heading counterclockwise, and you'll see it on whatever aircraft you're on. It works on a 747 and it works on a Cessna 172. And down below it, I don't have a heading mode right there. I have selected an altitude function. Toggle autopilot altitude hold. I like that one as I'm climbing up, either hand flying or with the autopilot on. I'll engage it and it will grab the current altitude you're at. So it only works in a nice shallow climb. If you're climbing rapidly, hitting it will select an altitude that's gone too far down below you now, and the aircraft will have to hunt to get back to it. I've programmed this this way, or sometimes as a vertical speed hold as well, to try to capture a selected altitude. I'm not sure which one I like better, but currently this is how I have it set up. And that's it for the basic altitude functions. I mean, the basic autopilot functions, all right there in a nutshell. So you got your autopilot master over here, flight director, heading, 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 and an altitude hold. Now let's check out the other vertical buttons here. The one on my left I use as an increase flaps command, so similar to the old F7. And the left bumper right above it, decrease flaps, the old F6. Over here is one of my favorites as well. If I don't have hardware with me, toggle the landing gear. So landing gear up and down. And I do like to fly jets a lot, so right over here by my left hand as well is going to be the left bumper, the right hand bumper, toggle reverse thrust. Easily to grab, it's on my left hand there. Once I touch down, press that, you'll unlock and deploy the reversers. And now any throttle setup you have will work in the reverse range. And these four little colorful buttons over here, this is my way to move my seat track around in the cockpit. As I was talking about yesterday, instead of a keyboard command, I do have it linked directly to this. Translate view forward is Y. B, to the right of it, is bring your cockpit view to the right. X, bring it to the left. And A, bring it backwards. Now, I have some combinations also because I want to raise and lower my seat a lot. So decrease cockpit view height, I have A and X together. And when B and Y are together, I have to raise the cockpit view. So let's go in the airplane and take a look at these things. Start off with the views. Again, I can move my view forward, rearwards, right, and left, and up and down very easily on the 360 controller. It's absolutely one of my very favorite things to do. Let's check out the autopilot function too. I'm going to turn it on. Now it's on. I'm going to turn it off. Off again. Let me turn it on for a minute and start to go to heading mode. It's already in heading by default, so I'm going to move this. And the autopilot would start to move the yoke if we were airborne to the new heading. So I'm increasing heading there, and decreasing heading here by using the buttons on the 360. Let's set an altitude to climb to. I don't think it'll work while the autopilot's on the ground, but I would engage it. There it is. It's trying to engage 10 feet. So when I hit altitude hold, it's grabbing my current altimeter. Current altitude. And one last thing at all. Let's do the flaps. Flaps down. Down a notch. Works very nicely. Down another notch. And 2 clicks bring them up again. And of course the landing gear is fixed, so there's no landing gear knob in the 182 Skyline. Certainly one of the greatest aircraft ever for flight sim, the Coronado Skyline S. I love it. Absolutely beautiful little machine. And works absolutely fantastic with this 360 controller as well, and all my other controls. Hope the autopilot's still on. Autopilot off. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and go grab one of these nifty little 360 units.